Guys, it's 4 o'clock. I'm kind of sick today, man. I don't know what it was. It's Monday. I slept all day yesterday. I did have steamers, and for those of you who don't know what steamers are, they're clams. I had 2 pounds of clams for breakfast yesterday on an empty stomach with a half a stick of butter. And then I went out later in the day. I got up, I went to sleep after that, and then I got up later in the day and I went to Wawa, the gas station, and got 2 Italian subs for $12 and something cents. You just can't beat it. Can't beat the price. So by the end of the day, I had eaten both of them. I ate one of them at the Wawa. Very nice. Sitting out there in the shade under the roof. They have tables out in front. It's a nice gas station, man. Gas station dining. That's what we do in Florida. Anyways, no, man, my stomach started hurting in the middle of the night. And Bella did punch me in my... I have a hernia right in the middle of my stomach. Kind of split my abdomen all the way up. I bet you can't tell. But yeah, she punched me right in my hernia yesterday. I don't know if that had something to do with it. She's always climbing on me and acting crazy. Ow! You gotta stop chewing on my ear, Bella. That ain't no damn snack, baby. That ain't no snack. They just had fajitas, man, and they loved them. Gussie had a shrimp fajita because Bella ate all the other stuff like a pig. Didn't want to share it. So I gave Gussie my fajita. My specially made fajita, and I made sure he could eat it because Bella's greedy. Sometimes. Yeah. Anyways, I'm thinking of jumping in this pool, man. I'm not going to do the spa, but I'm thinking of jumping in this pool right now just to shock my system. It's still a little cold, but not too bad. But I did clean my truck today. Let's go take a peek, guys. I got it squared away. Come on, Belle. Gussie! Oh, fuck. God damn it. Come on, easy, easy. Scooby-Dooby-Dee. Check it out, y'all. Got my shark bites. Got all my shit labeled. I'm back to this again. This worked great for me for many, many years. Everything's labeled. Very easy to slide these things out. I can see through them. I can see what I have. Got my ice maker parts in this thing and other things, you know, my gaskets. I know what's in here. Hose clamps. Toggle bolts. Some of these. Some of these. Always need some of them. And then, this is all my compression shit. I do have another box of it. I use a lot of these additives, man. They work good. What can I say? Sometimes it's a simple thing to do, and it works, Jackson. So this all is very nice. You can buy these at Walmart. I think there's like 10 in a package, but I've got all my stuff. Shut off valves, basket strainers. WD. Puddy. Fusion. Single step. That guy needs to be shot on that fucking motorcycle. Punk ass. Ugh. Fusion. That's that flower to one step, boys. Fellas, shut the hell up. This is basically my water heater bin. This is my toilet. All kinds of toilet parts. A lot of stuff. Let's check this out, though. Bella! She's a fucking nut, man. Yeah! So I really wasn't feeling good this morning when I cleaned this thing out. Come on, Gussie, get over here. Got my empty buckets right here. I put a strap on. I didn't put a strap on. I put a strap on the buckets. Yeah. Yabba dabba doo. Skidooby dee 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 dee. I got my hand truck up here. I put it in upside down on this top rail, and it ain't going nowhere. I got it all clamped in. Jetter hose, jackhammers, big pile of shit, boots, in case the shit gets deep someday, sump pump. I even have one of these in case somebody wants to add a shower. Add a shower! And I finally put this thing in right. Put some pieces of strap iron around this sucker to keep it from coming loose. But it's a great place to store all my shorts. Pinch bar, all that shit. I gotta cut this copper down because it makes getting this ladder off a pain in the ass, but it's in good shape. Feel good about it. Now I just got to find that desire to get back to work. Pressure tank, expansion tank, disposal. This is my mowing box. I got 3 Super V's. Uno, dos, tres. This is my flush kit for water heaters, and these are all the faucets that I buy. If something's on sale at Home Depot, I'll buy it, man. I'll buy it, you know. These Adlers are the same as a 7430, at the supply house, but you just can't. The supply house can't touch that price, man. Simple as that. Plus, I get 10% off. Hello, Bella. You ready to go to work? Come on, let's go to work. Come on, let's go. There she is. Come on, where's Guzzy? Guzzy! Oh, yellow. Oh, Bella. Fucking crazy ass doggy. She's a crazy ass dog, Guzzy. Ow. Someday I may turn this into my toolbox. I put all my tools away today in my stand-up toolbox. It was getting crazy, man. I had so many tools out from like a year's worth of grabbing a specialty tool, and so I finally put everything back in the stand-up toolbox. This is a big mess, but what are you gonna do? Controlled chaos. Scooby Dooby Dee. Yeah, and this is perfect. Just perfect. Yep. Yep. Yeah. That's it. That's the fucking nickel tour, guys. I like these gray trays, man. They fit nicely in these bins. I put these in here today. This is everything that I should need for like a kitchen. T's, Y's, tail pieces, extension tail pieces, P-traps. I made up a little more of this dye today. I gotta get more of it. The fucking little bottle tipped over and spilled out all over everything. All over everything. Son of a bitch. What's this shit? What is this? Oh, it's fucking Big Bubble. I could never find that shit when I need it. Damn it. Couple whips. Nope, that ain't whips. That's just fucking. Alright, my eyes are killing me. Scooby Dooby Dee. Scooby Dee Dee. Guys, I just gotta tell you, man, even as old as this truck is, I haven't seen one out there that I'd rather have than my own. This baby's right. It was a gift from God. He sent it to me. $23,000. You kidding me? I got a new toy today. Get it, Bella. Sick it. Tear his fucking ass up. That fucking blowhard. Fucking his head should be in a goddamn toilet. Son of a bitch. When it's all said and done, you're gonna wish you hadn't done what you did in 2024. Come on, let's take this fucking shithead in. I gotta clean my toilet. Yeah, here's your bone, Gus. I think I'm just gonna sit out here for a minute. I'm feeling a little better. But man, I don't know, guys. I need some eye juice, man. Let me see if I can think of anything enlightening to say to you guys today. Nope, I got nothing. So I do want to talk about this guy, Boston Plumbing. I am on Facebook. I mean, my channel's not on Facebook, but I look at Facebook. And this guy, he's blowing that shit up, man. Like every other ad is this kid from Boston. I don't know his name. He's Portuguese. He's a Portuguese guy from like New Bedford. Good kid, working hard. But I gotta tell you, man, I look at some of those rough-ins that he's doing up there. And the way they build these houses, man, I just don't understand. Like down here, when he's doing what is called a stem wall. Stem wall means the building has a footer, and then cinder block is built up to the desired height of the finished floor, and it gets backfilled, and you need to get a compaction test on that dirt. But he puts all his plumbing in before they even backfill it, and I mean some of the shit needs like 4 feet of dirt, man. And he's got his plumbing all hanging up in midair, and they still got to come in and backfill. I don't get all of that, man. Using bags of sand or bags of rock to put fucking... I would have never done plumbing if I had to do all that, man. You get the fucking house full of dirt and you dig your ditches, man. Dig 'em, boy! Spray them out and dig them. I just have never seen backfilling after you do the plumbing. Come on. What kind of dumbass Portuguese sense does that make? And it appears, man, that these guys, everybody I watch, not just him, but all the holes are over drilled, man. Like our holes were tight, man, to within 1/8 of an inch of the pipe. These guys, all the pipes are sloppy in there. And the other thing is this kid, Boston Plumbing, which I think he's doing a great thing, man. I'm not knocking the kid. I'm just saying I do things a little bit different that would help him. He buys a lot of fucking stack clamps or riser clamps, and on basically single family houses, you know. And if you drill those holes a little bit smaller and then cut the pipe to the right height above the plate, you can use a coupling as a riser clamp. You know, if you got a tight hole, the pipe comes through, you cut it off 1.5 inches or 1 3/4 inches, whatever size it is, 3/4 of an inch if it's 2 inch, and put a coupling on that, man. And now that coupling ain't going through that fucking hole, yo. It ain't going through there. So there's your riser clamp. That's what I used to do. And on DWV, drainage, waste, and vents in a house, I never used 2-inch and below. Use pressure couplings because they're deeper. It's a deeper socket, and it holds things together better. You could glue 2-inch, 15 pieces of 2-inch pipe, and every coupling's going to be heading off in a different direction. They're sloppy, is what I'm getting at. So those are two things that I noticed. It's a big deal. I've never seen anybody use an 18-inch fucking pilot bit to drill vents out of a roof. We do it down here. The roofs aren't pitched any different than they are up there. I used a hole saw, and I put the hole saw through. I drill right through the hole with the hole saw is straight, or as much at a 90 as I could get, and then I drill another hole to take the top of the hole off so the pipe goes up. But it's got to be tight, guys. I see that pipe's sloppy, man. It's not good. It needs to be tight. And we all know what the code is on drilling, right? 25, 40, 40, 60. Somebody tell me what that means. 25, 40, 40, 60. Let me know. Oh, God damn it. Fucking Steve Lav calling again for another question on how to unstop a goddamn toilet. It may be how to set a toilet this time. Who knows? I'm kidding, man. That was a joke, too. Yeah. Down here, I don't know, man. I mean, that drives me nuts, the way they do these rough-ins up there, man. It's fucking crazy. I mean, I don't know about the frost, freezing and how deep the pipes need to be, but if it's within the footprint of the house, you could probably be up close to that slab, I would think. You could dig your ditches and run that pipe, and then just, when I had houses that had 8 courses of block before the finished floor, we just sleeved that, man. Put a piece of pipe out with a sweep at the bottom, run it up, and figure out how much fall you need and cut it, and just put a test cap on it. Pop the test cap off, put a 90, and run with it, man. Run with it, y'all. I know that kid's getting backed up. He just started his business, and he's just like I was. He's busy as fuck. Everybody's giving him work. But I'm gonna tell you, bud, if you're listening, you will run into it, because every single person who owns a business will have times where they don't have enough work, and then they'll have times more like this, that they bit off more than they can chew. Have a fucking plan B. You gotta be able to get these jobs done, man. Because if the builders are as pushy as they are in Florida, if you can't show up on the day they scheduled you, within a day or two of that, they ain't waiting for you, man. They're gonna get somebody else to do it at your expense. So it may come around by the time this guy, maybe summertime, by the time he's got to start trimming these houses out. I'll go up into Massachusetts and work for him, trimming houses out, and he can go doing his rough-ins and tub sets. I'll bang a house out a day, man, all by my lonesome. Give me a flat rate, I'll get her done, Jackson. Boxes all cut up, piled up in the fucking wherever they go. Everything DAP, water on, tested. Tell me what you want, and that's how I'll do it. I won't say, well, this is how we do it down here. You just tell me what you want, and that's what I'll do, whether I think it's the best or not. Keep that in mind. I don't know if a guy like him can tap into the union plumbers up there. You know, if he gets into a jam, can he call in some union guys, you know, or I don't know how it works, man. But when you're a legitimate business, you got to be careful hiring people, man. You got to make sure they're fucking insured, make sure they're on the books, or if you're subbing it out, make sure they're licensed and they have insurance, liability, and either a workers' comp exemption or workers' compensation. You don't want to get hit with a big fine, man. Especially if you're like high profile, like out in everybody's face doing what you're doing. You may attract you know, people you don't want to attract. I will tell you that I got approached one time. A friend of mine, my best friend Kevin, got diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease, and he was on Cobra. He wasn't working, and he knew he was dying, you know? I mean, it was the end of the road for him. And I was out, I'd have him work with me on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, to give him a couple of days pay, cash, and to help him out because he just couldn't make ends meet, and he was at the end of his life, man. I mean, he was in his 50s, you know? Journeyman carrying. He had his journeyman card. Could have easily been a master plumber, but he ran out of time. So we were out on a job one day doing a tub set on the weekend, and a woman from workers' comp came into the job site and showed us her badge or whatever the fuck it was, and she said, "Who you got working here?" And I said, "Well, I'm on a payroll service, and everybody here is on my payroll service." She said, "Well, I'm going to need to know that payroll service," and she was going to call them up to verify that these guys were on the books. And I told her, I said, "I'm going to tell you, I'm being honest with you, that this guy here, Kevin, he was diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease. He's not on my books. I'm paying him cash to give him some fucking money so that he can live until he dies." And she walked. She was like, "You're all set, man." And it meant a lot to me, man, that she at least had a heart, you know. And sure enough, old Kevin died. I got a call from his sister on a Sunday morning, and she said, "Kev died this morning in his bed. He was in hospice at his house." And I went over there, and he was already gone. They had taken him. But I'm over there with her and the rest of the family, and it's heartbreaking, you know, when you lose a best friend, especially like that, because it's such a tough way to fucking die. But when she told me he was wearing John Phillips Plumbing t-shirt when he died, I lost it, man. I was like, man, he was a good friend of mine. Funny as fucking shit. Just funny as shit. Irish fucker from New Jersey, but he lived down in Miami his whole life. Spear fisherman. Guy could free dive like 75 feet. Shoot a fish and then come back to the surface. He'd tie his gun off to the boat, and that's how he knew how far he went down. When the rope stopped, he's like, "That's as far as I can go." And he'd pop an amberjack or a grouper or whatever, depending on where we were. If we were in deeper water, most likely amberjack or kingfish or something floating around in the middle column of the water. Grouper are usually on the bottom most of the time. And he'd go down as far as he could go. He'd shoot a fish, and then he'd pop back up, and we'd fucking pull that bitch in. Big, too, man. Great guy. Lots of fishing trips. And I miss him. But the moral of the story is, make sure you're playing by the fucking rules out there, guys, with making sure you have your insurance straight, workers' comp. Get on a payroll service, man. That's the easiest way to handle a business these days, and you'll do it. They'll do it cheaper than you can do it. When you consider the time and everything's there, you'll get a better deal on medical, and there's a lot of perks if you get in with a company that has 5, 10, 20, 30,000 employees. You get the benefits because you're in a big pool. So Boston Plumbing, look into it, man. Look into it. Serious. No tax payments. No fucking payroll craziness all the time. You just call them up, give them your fucking hours, and you go employee by employee. You tell them how many hours, how many overtime hours, a raise, blah blah blah, and then you cut a check for them. That's it. They drop the payroll off at your shop every Friday. Comes in a nice clean envelope with a statement. Very professional, and for me, that's the way to go. Payroll service. But when you're an old dog like me, you can have liability insurance and a workers' comp exemption, and just pay your taxes at the end of the year. I don't have to worry about a fucking workers' comp. The best part of the payroll service is that you're paying your workers' comp every week for the actual payroll you have. When you open up a payroll, a workers' comp policy, they're going to say, how much is your payroll? And you don't want to say too much. I mean, you want to try to be accurate, but what if you blow up? What if you go from one truck and me and one employee to, by the end of the year, you have 6 guys fucking working and 3 trucks out there? Your workers' comp, you're still paying in on that base amount of, unless you call them up and say, hey, I got more employees. You're going to end up with an audit at the end of the year, which you get that every year, no matter what. They're going to audit your books, see what your payroll is, and base the amount you owe on your, I think it was called a quotient or something, the number that you have. Everybody's different. Roofers, their workers' comp quotient is really fucking high, like almost 75% or 50%. I don't know. It's just ridiculous. Mine is really low. When I had employees, the number that I use, my multiplier from the leasing company was 22%, and that included all the taxes. My share of the taxes for you got to match their Social Security and all this other Medicare, but it also had all of the workers' comp, so there wasn't an audit at the end of the year. It was paid, so you're not going to get stuck with a big bill at the end of the year. So a few heads ups for young guys going into business. It's a big part of it, being a businessman, keeping records, how long you keep those records. For me, unfortunately, I got fucking records from the year I started business. That's the hoarder in me. But I've started to throw some of that shit out. Some of it's 5 years, 7 years max. I'm well beyond all of that. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're a young guy out there and you're a fucking firecracker, you know your shit, you're as smart or smarter than your boss, you need to be working for yourself. And you need to make that move sooner than later. Now this kid, Boston Plumbing, I think he's got 4 kids, man. That's a big hurdle to get over every Friday. I had one daughter, and it wasn't killing me. I wasn't married. I had my daughter lived with me, so I wasn't getting killed with child support payments. I took care of my daughter. I gave her everything she needed. But a lot of that shit, you gotta go into this shit with your eyes wide open. Get in touch with a good accountant. Sit down, tell him what your business plan is, and he'll tell you exactly what, so there's not going to be any surprises. I had a great meeting with my accountant, who I've had since I started my business. He's a little old right now, and he's not as good on that calculator. You got to watch him. But I sat with him for like 2 hours, man, and he told me all kinds of shit, man. He just went through what it takes to run a business and what they expect, what you need to bring to them. So, like I said, if you're a young guy and you know your shit, or maybe you don't know everything, but you think you know enough to get out there and start doing it, get out there sooner than later. That's all I can tell you. I was 33 when I started my business. I was still pretty young. I had sobriety. I had been sober for I think 4 or 5 years at that point. And that made a big difference, man. If you got issues in your life, things that you can't keep under control, you might not want to go into business, because you'll probably fuck that up. So I started out on the right foot. I was sober, and now I have, 33 years sobriety, 28 years in business. A lot of businesses fail, man. The success rate for new businesses isn't very high, man. It's like 5% of businesses after 5 years will still be in business. And like when I went to AA, and they said only 3 out of 100 people in this room are going to get sober and stay sober, and I told myself I'm going to be one of them, and I am. When I went into business and I heard how low the percentage was of businesses that are still in business after 2 years, 4 years, 5, 6, 10 years, I said to myself, I'm going to be one of them. I'm going to be the guy who stays in business. And you probably know a lot of people. There was one more thing that I wanted to say, pretty important. Oh, so the biggest mistake that I made, guys, was when I went into business, all I wanted to do was new construction. And I let literally thousands of new houses that I plumbed go to somebody else because I didn't want to run service at the same time. But if you are starting a business right now, I will tell you that that was the biggest mistake I ever made, because there is an ebb and flow to new construction. You get periods where it's booming, it's crazy, it's feast or famine, but then you get these slowdowns, and if you're making good money, you take it, take a couple days off or whatever, you go on vacation, do what you want to do. But I'm just going to tell you, if you want a business that you're going to be able to sell at the end of your career, you need to have a service business, because new construction, there's no guarantees. The builders are very fickle. They could be hiring you, and you can show I work for all these guys and for all these years, but there's no guarantee that they're going to continue calling the guy who buys your business. So where the money is in the service business. If you show them, you've got a Rolodex or a client base of 10,000 customers or more. Literally, I have probably 10 file cabinet drawers full of invoices with contacts, phone numbers, not even the person so much as the address, and the fact that you've worked in that house is a big sales pitch. Like, even if somebody new bought it, they come to the area, they don't know anybody, they don't have their own plumber, and they get a mailer from John Phillips Plumbing that says, hey, You know, I've done the plumbing in this house since you give them a date from one of the invoices, and you can sell that, man. You can sell that for a lot of money. You know, some people, they sell their business for a couple, $1 million. You know, depending on what they have. So my advice is do new construction and service. You will have a well-balanced business. You'll be able to get through the slow times in new construction. You can throw your new construction guys out on service jobs when you need to, and they'll be better. They'll be more rounded. They'll get experience in service. So that was a couple of key points I wanted to make for guys going into business. And just, I always was the last guy to get paid, man. It's simple as that. I mean, I know this kid, Boston Plumbing, he's got 4 kids and a wife and a house. You know, he's got a lot of bills, I would imagine. It's not cheap to raise children. So it's tough to do that, but I was always the last guy to get paid. And if I was doing my job right, there was going to be plenty of money left over, and there always was. I made sure I got my jobs done within the estimate, you know, and very, very rarely would something take longer, because I was out there looking at my jobs. I wasn't going, if somebody scheduled me for a tub set on Tuesday and I just walked the house the day before, and the framers, I know they're not done and they're not ready, and that means I'm going to go there and stumble over all their shit. We all have the same fucking tools. They all look the same. And a lot of shit turns up missing. And just run a tight ship. That's all I can tell you, man. And the more prosperous you are, it just shows that you're doing your job, man. You're good at what you do. So God bless you. Good luck if you're going into business. Continued prosperity for the guys who are already in business. And plan for when you're fucking old like me, man. Get that service business running, and where all you have to do is show up at the shop. There's an old saying that, do you own a business or does the business own you? Well, I've got friends who own a business. They don't have to be there. They got managers. The whole operation runs without them. And he gets his check for $5,000 a fucking week or whatever the fuck they're getting, and then divvying up the profits at the end of the year. Strive for that if that's what you want, to own a business. But my name was on the truck, and I did that for a reason, because I never wanted to be a guy who owned a business. I wanted it to be me, And I will tell you, man, when I was sick, and my identity had been, for 18 years, I was John Phillips from John Phillips Plumbing. And when I stopped plumbing for a couple of years because of being sick, it fucks with you, man. That's who you are, man. Your business. That's your identity. So I hope this helped a few people. Sure, the haters will have something to say, but fuck them. That's what I say. Oh yeah, don't regret. Don't hesitate to tell people to go fuck themselves. Best advice I ever got. Yeah, I got it from myself.